I don't think you understand the amount of fear that you have.
It's a be clear alert, very clear. A be clear alert, very clear. It's a be clear alert, very clear. A be clear alert, very clear. It's a be clear alert, very clear. A be clear alert, very clear. It's a be clear alert, very clear, y'all. A be clear alert.
I meet people all the time, and I hear them talk. We have conversations, and I can hear the fear. Now, it's never really talked about. I mean, it's always brought up. People shouldn't really have the fear, but the amount, it's never really touched on. Things may be going well in life. Things may be all right. Everything is good. But this amount of fear that you operate under, number one, is very unhealthy. Two, it's like, again, it's not being spoken about. And I want to bring light to it because the amount of fear that people are under, it's toxic. It's hindering a lot of things in your life. I don't argue with anybody. I don't argue with people for that reason. So you have to understand that your whole thought process, you're developing ideas, you're following ideas, trends, developing conclusions, ideologies under this blanket of fear. So there's no real thought process. There is, okay, this feels good, or I think this is okay, I'm going to go with this, under this fear. You see, if you remove the fear, then you will be able to think for yourself. You'll be able to see things a lot differently and think a lot clearly. I don't think you know how much fear you have. Once you remove the fear, I guarantee you everything will change. Your ideologies, the way you see shit, things will change. You would understand systems, agendas, everything. I mean, from love and relationships to politics to how you raise your kids to everything, you will see things differently. But because people operate under this fear and they feel that, okay, everything is well, everything is good, I'm paying my bills on time, I got a nice this, nice that, I'm able to go on vacation, I'm able to do things, but it's all up under this huge blanket of fear. And this is why a lot of people don't want to rather change or get rid of the fear, because there's a high level of comfort and everything works. Right? Everything works, but so afraid of everything. It's crazy to me. The way people see love, the way people see politics, the way people see, like, it's crazy. People really got to do the work to get rid of this fear. There's a whole different world on the other side of that fear. It's going to take you really being alone. You really gotta just be still and be alone and zone into yourself. Like, if you really, really want to change, because what's happening, people are just adding things, right? They're not really dealing with the shit inside. So they add things to distract them or to keep them away from going in. Oh, I'm gonna go to the gym every day. Or I'm going to go hang out, or I'm going to go out, or I'm going to watch TV, or I'm going to read this book. These things may be relaxing, but it really doesn't take care of the shit that you're running away from, the things that you're not addressing from within. The reason why people don't go within is because there's trauma there, there's hurt there, there's the last time my ex did me wrong is there, there's emotions, there's tears, there's crying, there's the eating disorders, there's the drug habits. There's so much turmoil inside. So I'm going to keep from going in there and just satisfy my external. Once we get rid of this fear, this will be a whole new world. It will be so much different out here. It's so I don't. I was at a time I was afraid of some shit. I remember I just had a fear of just regular stuff. Just regular stuff. Fear of losing my car. Fear of just everyday stuff. Right? Fear of she leaving me. Fear of me not being able to do certain things. Like I had this immense amount of fear. Going places and, after a while, I noticed that this fear is stopping thought, right? Because sometimes we do dumb shit. We do dumb things. There is no thing, like, it stops thought process because there's a system of thinking that fearful people, most fearful people they're the same. Like they have the same ideas. From love to politics, to food, to doctors, to systems. They have pretty much the same ideas. Because, they watch TV, they watch the news, they go by what's on social media and everything. And so there's a system that they follow. Right? But I understood that this fear is what's stopping me to proceed, it's stopping me to move forward in life. 2006, I remember I was working in like a group home. I was a direct care worker. For those that don't know, direct care workers they work in I was in a mental health facility. So that's what I was doing. And, since from I think 2006, 2007, I was like, well, what's next? I'm making $13 an hour. My check being garnished by, I think Verizon. Yeah, it was Verizon. I was already making $700 every 2 weeks. They taking $100. Oh my God. And I was driving the Cadillac with no insurance. Oh, and I was driving into the Bronx. I lived in Brooklyn. So, I was broke all the time. I was broke. So I'm like, what is next? What is next? What is next? This is not working for me now. I had my son. I remember there was times where I couldn't pick him up because I couldn't feed him. I would ask her, listen, I don't have no money. Could you just hold him this weekend? I just, whatever. And it was hard. Fast forward, I'm like, what's next? So I went and got the CDL book from the DMV. So I'm going to get my CDL. I like driving. Let me drive these buses or whatnot. And I think a couple months, maybe a whole year, almost a year, I was reading this book. I remember I would take the book with me to work. A couple co-workers. I remember one of them. What's her name? I forgot her name. And she was like, Johnny, I see you. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. And, because she knew, she see the book in my hand, she's like, okay, well, if you're going to get a CDL, he ain't going to be working here. So, yeah, and I didn't. In 2008, I finally took the tests, general knowledge and the air brakes. So I was like, I'm on my way. I went to a Greyhound interview. And, they hired me on the spot. They hired me, and that was the start of my driving career. But had I not understood that this fear of me leaving here, I already been here about almost 10 years. What am I going to, like, the fear kept me there. Again, because I had a son. He had to pay tuition. I had to make sure he was good. So the fear kept me there. But I was like, this is not working. I'm only getting sicker under this stress. I'm always stressed. There's an immense amount of stress due to fear. Let me get rid of this fear, right? Believe in me, because I know me. So I know I can do this. So I'm going to do this because I know it can happen. And it did happen. But I had to get rid of the fear. I understood that. I don't, to this day, I'm not afraid of anything. I am not afraid to walk away from the car, house, family, people, friends. I don't give what it is. I am not afraid to walk away from it. If it's causing me an immense level of stress, it is that simple for me. It is that simple for me. People don't make it that simple for them. Oh, it ain't that simple. Oh, it's not that. Yes, the hell it is, especially if your health is on the line. I'm dealing with some heart issues now. I don't have the luxury to harbor or hold any type of stress within me. And because I've done the damage to my body over the years, this is what I have to deal with now. So there's no fear. There is no fear. I'm able to freely think for myself. I am not binded by any system, by any ideology. I'm not stuck on anything. I'm mentally free to go wherever I choose and not care about the thoughts of others about me. It's one thing to say, oh, well, I don't care what people think about me. All right. But you still have a fear there. You're still fearful of shit. Now get rid of the fear. Get rid of the fear. Ain't doing nothing for you. Ain't doing nothing for you, but giving you health issues. Take it from me. Take it from me. Get rid of the fear. Release your mind. Think clear. See things differently. Stop running. Stop running. Stop running. Deal with your shit. The more you run, the more shit you add on. And the more shit that you ain't gonna be able to handle. Life is gonna life. Let life do what it do. Shit happens. Road rage. Shit happens. Heartbreaks. Shit happens. It's life. It's life. Shit happens. You have to understand that so that you know what to expect. Everything, it ain't gonna go your way every single time, regardless of whatever you paid. And I'm not talking about just money, just talking like, you know, well, I put so much time into this and I did this for this person and what, like, shit, life happens. There's nothing you can do but control the way you respond to it. And you're responding so harshly because of the fear. A lot of people really don't feel that they have this amounts of fear, but it's there. I could tell from the conversations. I could tell from the way people interact online. I can tell. So let love in and fear not. Know yourself.
It's a be clear alert, very clear. A be clear alert, very clear. It's a be clear alert, very clear. A be clear alert, very clear. It's a be clear alert, very clear. A be clear alert, very clear. It's a be clear alert, very clear, y'all. A be clear alert.